It's not happy with me. I'm pretty sure it's telling its friends through the mycelium network what the fuck happened to my life. But anyway, I'm sorry, crabapple tree, but it had to be done. I could not procrastinate any longer. Welcome to your new life. Alright, I'm gonna back up here. Yes, this is the crabapple tree. You see here, I left a nursery branch on it. There just was so much going on with this tree. I don't want to kill it. Taking it out is going to take too much effort to get it removed, and honestly, like, it's still alive and it's still producing these tiny 1/4-inch crab apples that the birds eat, and they're not even, they have no flesh on them. Basically, they're just like giant seed cases. So I hacked it really bad. Let's get in there and see what I did. Don't judge. Well, you can judge, but I'm a hot mess. This is my first grafting experience, so I know that I did things wrong. Please feel free to tell me in the comments that it's all wrong. I had to try it. I had to do something, so I did the best that I could with what I had, and I'm just gonna let it ride. The biggest thing I'm worried about right now is moisture getting into the grafts. On these larger ones, I wasn't sure if I should seal it or not seal it. And then I'm like, well, nature can seal it on its own, so I'm not sure if that's a good decision or not. And then some of these scions looked a little moldy-ish. Like this one had some fuzz on it. I just went ahead and grafted it. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's probably gonna die. But that's why I put 3 on 1. I don't know if it's gonna spread. I don't know if it's gonna give you tree disease. Like, I have no idea. And there's like caterpillars on this thing already. Like, what the heck is going on? I can't imagine that whatever that is, I want it. Anyway, yeah. So let's have at it. So this one clearly was a branch that had been decayed or diseased, or something had happened, and then the tree healed it. So that's an interesting ring. This is caddy sage. And if these grafts take, I'm gonna make another video where I talk about some of these varieties in more depth. But right now, you just need to know that I got them from Southern Cultured Orchards, who is based in Mississippi. And he's awesome. His name is Larry Stevenson. And he is like the master of Southern apples, one of a few people who really know about them. So if you don't know about Southern apples, in the South, you need to grow special varieties of apples because we don't have as many chill hours as our northern friends, and not all apples will do well here. So there is a long-standing tradition of apples that have been acclimated to the South and our climate, but a lot of them have been lost to history. So there's a man, I can't think of his name right now. He's like so famous in the apple world. But anyway, he had been compiling apple varieties. So a lot of people who got their heritage apples got them from him. He had cider apples, all kinds of Southern apples. So anyway, I digress. Let's get back into this. So this one here is the caddy sage. And this is also for me so I can remember what they are once the tree starts growing in. This is Hackworth, and then these are 2 that got mislabeled or unlabeled. Not Larry's fault. I never know what I'm doing, so I think that they might be, I have a picture somewhere. I think they might be one of the name varieties that I have. I mean, they are name varieties, I just don't know what they are right now. So when they grow out, if they grow out, we'll deal with it then. This is Kerry Irish Pippin and Honey Cider. These guys are hanging out over here. This is Golden Rhinette, Harrison, and Terry Winter. So again, just concerned about water getting in here and moisture, so I might try to wrap it a little bit, but then I'm worried about wrapping it too much. So I thought I was really not gonna have too many apple scions for what I was trying to do, but honestly I could have had a couple of extra, but I think this is good for this year. The plan would be for next year to get rid of this nursery branch if these start branching out, or maybe wait another year. But we've had a couple of frosty nights and I didn't want to graft too early, because the problem with grafting here in North Carolina is that we have this crazy weather, and it can be 80 degrees for a week or 2 weeks, and then I'll be like, oh, we're gonna have a 28-degree night. I didn't want to have to come out here and try to cover everything and worry about it. So I think we're pretty much in the clear for this year. If I have to change things, I will, but I don't think we're gonna have to. This is a Yates. This one's sealed pretty good, I think. And I could have had another space for one down here. And I did mostly bark grafts and cleft grafts, mostly bark. This is like, and then I think when I did like the cleft grafts or the bark grafts, I went too far down, so this needs to be sealed up a little bit. So I have to practice at like not scoring the bark so far down. So that's definitely something to think about. This is a Yates right here. This one is a Transcendent. And then, oops, don't hit it. This one here, she is a, oh, that's the Clary something. That's another one of those. And then over here, again, I'll give you the wide angle. Over here we got Telefero, and then one that got mixed up. I don't know what variety this one is. It might be a Whitney. And then this one's, no, it's not a Whitney. This one's the Whitney. This one got mixed up. I hope that it's an apple. I mean, it could be a pear or mulberry. I have no idea, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, those are the varieties I have. Thank you, Larry, for picking out a bunch of apples for me. It was exciting to kind of, ew, I have caterpillars on my neck. I think they're like bagworms or something. I don't know. I think it's that time of year. Ugh. But anyway, yeah, excited to see how things go along. The worst case scenario is that none of them take, and this tree is gonna grow a bunch of water spouts because I hacked at it during the growing season. And next year I can cut back. I left a lot of space, so if I need to cut back next year, I can. So I really was, it looks like I was very aggressive with my pruning, but the big problem is that a lot of the stuff that was up high, it was like, it was too long and it was interfering with my ability to navigate with the wheelbarrow and stuff around the property. And the second thing is that they were too high and I couldn't access what was up there. And that's okay, I don't mind giving stuff to the birds, but for the varieties that I'm trying to grow, I just would like to be able to pick them. And I mean, I don't mind taking a ladder out, but I don't want to, like, this tree was, when I first moved here, was about, brassica. I don't know, this tree's about 16 feet tall, 18 feet tall. Like, that's too high. So I definitely wanted to make it a little more manageable. I don't know if we're gonna live here forever. I mean, the plan is that we were gonna move in a couple of years, so kind of what I also am trying to do is cultivate some scion wood for future. This way, if we do end up moving, I can harvest this scion wood and, you know, theoretically bring it to the new place. And if I needed to do bench grafting, I could do that and make new trees, or I don't know, if I want to trade, see what's going on, get the feel for it. So I'm never gonna learn if I don't do, so this is me doing